Good afternoon, everybody. It's Monday, July 26th. Yes, this is the 26th. Can you believe that July is almost over? Next week is August. Where is the summer going? It's just been crazy. I just don't know where it's going. So anyway, welcome. And here I am. You're gonna see my face this way this time instead of up in the corner. And we'll get started. Let me know if you're here. I have some really fun things to show you today. Okay, let's make sure. Okay, the computer is lagging behind what I'm actually seeing on live, so I better not even watch the computer. So anyway, thank you for joining in. I hope you have a beverage. Sit back, relax, and I have some fun things to show you today. So I'm starting to show you the annual catalog because that's hard to believe that we've had that now for almost 3 months. Hey Gloria, welcome. This is also getting closer to the time that the mini catalog will go live. So let's see, let's flip you down so you can see what is on here. Okay, there we go. Okay, 3 months into this, so if you're watching, don't have one of those yet, let me know. We'll be showing this off next week, although next Monday I still won't be able to show you the inside. I can show you lots of things that have been ordered, like last week I did Christmas. This week I have a couple of new little treats to show you, little hints and tips, but this goes live on August 3rd. And then I have an error to correct of mine. Hi Linda. And that is about the Designer Series paper sale. I have been saying all along that it's good July and August. Well, silly me. For some reason, and I guess it's because we're a global company, Stampin' Up! Puts the day before the month. And I just wasn't even paying attention to that. So it's 1 July, which is when this started, through 2 August. So this paper sale at 15% off is only good through next Monday instead. So pardon my my mistakes for that one. So we'll soon be able to put that one away. So let's put this out of the way. One thing to show you in the catalog a little bit. All right, if you saw my preview, it said I was going to do a project with the Quiet Meadow bundle. And I can't believe I've had this for 3 months. I've made quite a few projects with it, but I've not shown it in a live. So that's what I'm going to show today. I think you're going to like it. But if you've been following me from the beginning, and some of you have, back in February, because I looked back to see what day I recorded this, I did a project that looked like this. Hi Sue, you're going to like this. I did a project with this, and that was called, it's retired, called Wrapped Bouquet. And I fell in love with it. It was easy. I believe that card actually became a Mother's Day card for my daughter. But it got retired, and as well as the embossing folder that was with. But we're not using that anymore, so let's go back here. And Quiet Meadow has become a new favorite to create cards like that. And I think I like this one better. So here is the stamp set. And it's a bundle with dies. And actually the stamp set does not have anything in it that die cuts. If you want this flower here or this here, you do have to fussy cut it. The only things that show here are this tag with thinking of you, which also fits with you're too kind, and love. Those two will have dies in the die set called Meadow. So you get some ideas here for some good projects. And put that away. So here's the stamp set. Here are the dies. And I've got a tip for you. I always like to give tips and hints and things that make your crafting life a little bit easier. I don't always put my dies on a magnet sheet. I know a lot of demonstrators do, and I have magnet sheets, but sometimes the larger ones don't fit in these folders, and I like to label mine. Let me turn that off. I like to label mine with the name of it, and then I keep them in alphabetical order in a little box over here behind me. So I keep them in here. You know that they come with very, very strong adhesive so that when you get them and pull them off, it's very strong. But taking them off, let's say you take several of them off and you figure, oh, where am I going to put them back? Where do they go? So I got this idea, I'm sure it was from somebody else because it wasn't my original, is before you start using your dies, take a marker, like a fine tip marker, and just lightly go around the edge. You don't even have to go all the way around it, just part of it so that you know where that die is going to return on this sheet, because it's like putting a puzzle together. So when I take these off, I know where it's going to go back. So this one here on the end, I only did a little bit, but I know that that's where that's going to go. So that's just my little hint and tip, one of my tips for the day. And that one's going to go back there. So to do today's card, I've already pre-done the cutting, and that's what was so much fun about this, because I used all white, our basic white cardstock, and cut out all of these different floral images and greenery, and then I'm going to color them and create a bouquet, a little bouquet for you, similar to the one that you saw here, but that was one whole die. That was one whole die, and just got colored. So I like this a lot better, okay? So let me put those away. So today you don't have to watch me die cutting all the stuff. That's already done ahead of time. I will be coloring though. And there's actually not a lot of stamping that I'm going to do today, except for the little tag and a little bit with this collage look here, the words, which you can't really read, but just a little bit. So let's get going. I'm even going to use many of the same colors that I did on that original card, just so you can see the comparison. So I'm using Petal Pink, and actually this card is going to go in the mail shortly after I finish today for an anniversary card for my grandson and his wife, and baby is coming along just fine. We still have the original due date. So if you can see this on here, and I know you can't very well, this is a new embossing folder. There, that shows it, called Time Worn Type. And it's got some spots in it and some words that you really can't read. And it's just stunning. When we lost the, I can't even remember it now, but I loved it so much, the linen embossing folder in the last catalog. So if you have that, keep it. I like this one even better. So that's what I'm going to use today. I've already run that through the die cut machine. So that's going to go here. So it'll be tone on tone with the petal pink. So let's get that adhered. Oh my goodness, something popped up on Facebook. My daughter is at the south rim of the Grand Canyon as we speak. They're on a little, this is kind of funny, so I can talk about it. She doesn't watch these, right? She doesn't usually watch these anyway. So they met some friends in Las Vegas Saturday. Yeah, today's Monday, Saturday. Who were coming in from California. It's a long story. I'm not going to tell you the whole story. But anyway, they're driving back to Texas. So I'm calling it their Thelma and Louise trip because they're with their very good friends that they travel with a lot. And it's, let's see, I think they have been in Sedona, and I think they were in Sedona. But now they're at the Grand Canyon. So I don't know how they're going back home. But they're having a ball. All right, so there we've got that adhered. So I'm going to put that aside for just a moment. And then these are the other pieces. I've already embossed the envelope for this with one of the greenery dies. It's a little half one. And so I put that on the envelope. The one that I used on the card just wouldn't go on there because then the words would be going the wrong direction and all that kind of stuff. So there's the envelope. That's ready. And then I have two other pieces, and that is a little 3x3 piece of crumb cake and also one of our square vellum doilies. I used that on that original card too. And these are so nice. They're so delicate and fit very nicely on the card base. And since I'll be covering this up, hi Nancy, I will only need to put some adhesive in the center because you know with vellum, if you put too much adhesive down, you'll be able to see through it. So we're going to put that on there. We'll do that in a minute. And so here comes a little bit of stamping. Wendy, hi, welcome. So here's this, and it's just collage-y, so it doesn't make any difference where I stamp it. On that original one, it was like a newspaper image. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what it looks like here. And I'll do both sides because you'll be seeing the inside too. Okay, so that's all with the crumb cake. And where's my water? Okay, I am going to spritz this off camera with some water. So it's kind of going to bleed a little bit, but I think I got too much water on there. So let me wipe it off a little bit. And I'm going to scrunch it up. So there you see all scrunched up. Just like you would be wrapping some flowers in a piece of butcher paper or something till it's all scrunched up. But now, since I need to let that dry, I've already got one ready to go. So this actually, let's see, got a couple here. So it really strengthens the paper a little bit too. And so if it should tear, it's not much of a problem. So I'm going to stamp this again, since it's stamped and it bled a little bit. I'm just going to add a little bit more to this with the crumb cake. Again, most of it's going to get covered up, won't be seen except as kind of like a shadow look. Okay, so this was probably the hardest part of the project, and that is figuring out how I want to fold this, because I'd forgotten how the other one was done. So I've got these here that are going to actually be folded back. I just folded two corners back, and then kind of fold this over at an angle, and you can just kind of play around with it actually, and then bring that back over this way. So that's how the flowers can go in there, and then I'll just kind of add mini glue dots as it goes down there. So that part is done. I'm going to actually add a couple of glue dots behind these little flaps. Okay. And then that will still open when I want to add some adhesive inside for the flowers. So let's get these flowers out. And as I said, I ran a whole bunch of scrap white, basic white cardstock through the cut and emboss this morning. So I'm going to use one of each one of these. So now I've got more for other cards too. You can do this with any color actually, but I decided to go with the white. And there are 6 different floral and greenery images here. This one I have already colored, so I'll get that one out. And then this one and this one. So I've got plenty of these left to go. Now, how am I going to color these? I could use the blending brushes or markers or whatever. Let me turn this over so it doesn't have all that on there, and I got some adhesive there. But I'm going to use the sponge daubers. These are a great deal. I know the blending brushes many times go on back order. They're sometimes difficult to get. You get 3 of them for $10. The sponge daubers are a great way to go. You get 5 of them for $5, and they are on page 129, and they're a great deal. You can get 10 of them for $10. So you just have the sponge daubers, and besides, these are small, delicate pieces here, which are really a little bit too small for the blending brushes. So that's why I'm going to use the sponge daubers. And I was cleaning out, not really cleaning out, rooting through a drawer yesterday down here in my craft room. Rooting through is a better word than cleaning out. That needs to be done. And I found these. Know what those are? Let's see, let's zoom out a little bit. They are called peg clothespins. And yet, I don't know where I got these actually, but I've had them for a while. And they can be purchased on Amazon. I think I've seen these made into little dolls for crafts. But guess what? You can put a sponge dauber on the tip of that, and yeah, they're clothespins. Most of us get the little clippy ones, but these are great for sponging instead of putting them over your fingers. It's just an idea, because some fingers, my finger doesn't go all the way down in that. It might fly off if I was going too fast. Good for you, Sue. So these are great. So another reason to use everyday items for those who hang clothes out. I know my sister still does. So I'm going to use, let's see, Mango Melody. I've got here Blushing Bride, Fresh Freesia. So do you use them to hang clothes out, Sue? Or they were just a family treasure? Fresh Freesia, which is one of our new in colors, and Polished Pink, which is a new in color, and Pear Pizzazz. So I'll see if I can get these colored real quick, because I did not do this part ahead of time. So since there's a lot of green on many of these, I'm going to do the green ones. And I found just tapping rather than rubbing, or rubbing on there, you get a nice almost like a sponge look, because these are sponges. We don't sell sponges anymore, so this is our choice. And that way you can get some light, some dark. So there's that one. This one I already did, but I'm going to add some more color to it and tap on there. And this one has a little bit of greenery and some floral. I'll come back to that one. And the same with this. So this goes very fast. And while I'm doing this, another idea is to take one that you've cut and sponge around it, and you can make a shadow or a silhouette. So there are so many things that you can do with this stamp set and die set. Okay, we've got some here. And a little bit here. So yes, the blending brushes would work, but maybe not as easily as these will. And I can kind of tap in there with the edge of this, and besides, it's nobody's going to see it. Some of this is going to go down inside that little pouch. So I think that's all we need for the green. Now let's color. And I believe this was the Blushing Bride. Let's see, which one do I want the Blushing Bride? I think I'm going to do this one with the Blushing Bride. And this one with the Fresh Freesia. Goes so fast, it's so pretty. And let's see, I think I'm gonna have to buy some more of these. Where's my orange one? And let's do this one with the Mango Melody. And this large one with the Polished Pink. And I better close these up as I go, because I'll get stuff all over me. Oh, whoops. And I just did. I love this polished pink color. Just love it. It looks a little bit brighter than it is, but when it dries, it really looks pink. Oh, I love those colors. Love, love, love. All right, let's put this together. Let's get a glue dot under the little doily. So did everybody have a nice weekend? It was a beautiful weekend. I went to an event at Stan Hewitt on Friday night that was just absolutely wonderful. Okay, I think that's all for that. And we need some others of these. All right, so here's our little pouch that the flowers are going to go in. I've already done a tag that says love on it and tied a knot through it with the baker's twine. Oh, that's my other tip for you. I'm not sure, I think, Nancy, I think you were the one who gave me this idea. And so we've used clothespins. Now I'm using a cheese shaker. See my cheese shaker? Say that 10 times fast. We've got 5 colors of baker's twine that are here in the vanilla and gray and white and the linen, I think that's the linen, or crumb cake, and black. So I got a cheese shaker. I did check the Dollar Tree, couldn't find anything there. So I did resort to ordering on Amazon, and that way these can pull out and be easy to get to instead of having to pull them out of the plastic bag all the time, especially since we now get these on these little spools. It came in a pack of 2, so I got my linen thread. That's right, that's not linen thread. Linen thread, which I put on an empty spool, and then the gold and the silver to put in the other thing. It came in a pack of 2, these 2 little jars. So now I've got these to go with that. So another little tip for you. So we've got we've got clothespins and cheese shakers today. All right, let's put this card together. Okay, let's put the greenery in the back. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And here's where you can snip parts and use, see, that's attached here. Use parts of these, since that's can't fit down there all the way, so I can put that down there. It won't be seen. Then I can use those other 2 little pieces elsewhere. So feel free to deconstruct your parts to put this together. So let's add some adhesive on the inside. This paper did take a while to dry when I did this morning. This other one that I did a little bit ago is still really too wet. But it'll get used. So I'm going to add adhesive to the inside. And glue these down. And let's see, let's add, I might need to put some adhesive on these as we go. Let's find a little silicone mat here. So that might be a little bit easier. So there's this adhesive on that. And I am probably the world's worst flower arranger. So Gloria, I know you're on here, and you are probably one of the best flower arrangers that I know of. So you give me a bouquet of flowers and I pretty much plop them in a vase and just kind of fluff and hope that they look good. But I love fresh flowers. Okay. Every one of these is going to look different. That one, I need to probably cut a little bit off of that too. What I also need to watch out for is that when I put this on the card, that it doesn't go up over the top too. So we still have 2 more to go. And let's add some adhesive to the back of this. And then this bright red one, or pink one. Okay, these are flowers that will not wilt, don't need watered, and won't die. Okay, so that one, I think I need to snip this one too. There we go. So just a little deconstructing, and nobody will ever know what's in my bunch here. And then that's all going to get folded over. And here we have our little love tag that's going to go on there. So let's add that with a glue dot. Let me know if you can still see me, because something on Facebook says that the video has ended. So just let me know if I'm still live here. I don't know what happened. It says still live and recording, so I hope that's the case. So here is our finished bouquet. I'm going to add that to the front of the card. And I did one, which I will show you in a minute, a sample, and it has dimensionals on it. And I don't think that I want the dimensionals on there. So I'm just going to add the adhesive to the back. Okay, thanks. I don't know what happened. The Facebook one is showing something different. Thanks, Nancy. So there we've got that. So there's our card with love. And I need a glue dot or 2 behind that now that I've closed it up. And we'll add some bling to it and a little bit of wink of Stella. And there's the card. Let's see, there's something else too. Just because these are flopping around up here, I am going to add some glue dots behind these bigger images. But otherwise, I do want them to, thanks for the comments, that's good. I do want them to be so that they can be kind of popped up and felt a little bit. So that's good. These are the Genial Gems, and I love these. There's a green, and it looks, I believe this is supposed to be pale papaya, but it looks really good with the petal pink. So there we've got that. Put 2 or 3 of these on here. Let's see, one down here and one over here. And then here is another favorite of mine, and this is the chalk marker. if you've ever used the chalk marker. It's really cool, and you can spatter with it. Wow, I've got some kind of glue all over my fingers. Okay, and you can spatter with this to get some white on that little package. And I think this is only like $4 or $5. It's cool. And I could add a little spot to the center of some of the flowers if I like. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to mess up. I don't want to mess it up. And then let's do some Wink of Stella. And we're about done. I'll have to see if I want to add these other two little pieces that I cut off anywhere. Hold on, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Okay, here's Wink of Stella. And I can take my bone folder and tap that on there. I think this one is about empty. Yeah, I kind of hear it. I think it's empty, but I'm getting a little bit on there. And it just adds some, there's some coming out. It's just not coming out when I tap on it. All right. Let's see, one more thing. Do I need to add these in there? Yeah, I can put those in there. I certainly don't want to throw them away. Okay, time for glue dots. And I don't know if I know I mentioned this last week, and I forget already if I mentioned it at the beginning of this, to mark your calendar for that sales tax holiday coming up, early August, August 6th through the 8th. And certain items, I think I did make a post on that on Facebook where you could, let's add those behind here, where you can get certain items tax-free with an order. And since the catalog will, there's some kind of fruit fly down here. Since the mini catalog will be live then, that's a good time to stock up on some items for you. Okay, let's put this one over here. Just kind of tuck that behind. There we go. What do you think? So that's that. Let me show you some samples very quickly. And here's another one that I did with, this is So Saffron. And instead of using the embossing folder on this, I did the Stitched with Whimsy die around the edge, and then just put some dots and a little bit of that collage-y look on there with that one. And there you can actually see that Stitched with Whimsy just stitches, it does not cut. So there's that one. So we've got a pink, oh, this was my original one. And this is the one I just did today. So two pinks, a yellow, and here's one that is using black. So you've got like a silhouette look on crumb cake. And here's our other sneak peek. We've got some black and white ribbon coming in the mini catalog. Love this. It will be available in the July to December, $7 for 10 yards. Yes, 10 yards. Okay, there's that one. Here's another one that I did. Thank you, Sue. That I did by masking and then using the blending brush and then just adding that with the sentiment here. And then a good thinking of you card. And if you remember, I believe it was back around the 5th of July, I did the envelopes with the 6 by 12 inch paper to make your own envelope, and this is one of the papers that is on the sale. Here's a little note card and envelope, and I did fussy cut that from the stamp set with Thinking of You and that little die, a little piece of ribbon, just very easy. And then one more, no die cutting on this, just stamping and making it more of a collage look, and colored the butterfly with the sponge dauber. So that is it. We lasted 40 minutes, 41 minutes today. So have a great rest of the evening. Enjoy that beautiful weather out there. And I will see you next Monday with some more magic and hints and tips. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.